I need to be able to see myself.
Good afternoon. I'm Kyle Mosley from the Saints News Network, and I have two wonderful young ladies with me this afternoon. If you guys don't know, Malcolm Jenkins is the safety of the New Orleans Saints, and his mother is Miss Gwendolyn Jenkins. How you doing, Gwen?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, good. And the outstanding young defensive back from the Cleveland Browns, Mr. Denzel Ward, his mother, Nicole Ward. How are you doing, Nicole?
I'm doing great.
All right. Well, you ladies are doing some good stuff out into the community. This weekend, you guys are going to have a symposium that's sponsored by, let me get it right, the Professional Football Players Mothers Association. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right.
Incorporated.
Incorporated. Okay. Can't leave out the incorporated. Well, that's okay. Well, look, it's called the Next Level Up. And you guys are going to do some great things. And the symposium is being held with Southern University. Is that correct, Nicole?
Yes, it's being sponsored by Southern University Learning Center. So they are helping us with the platform that we're going to be using in order to deliver the symposium.
Awesome.
And that's just Law Center. Just to correct on that. Southern University Law Center.
The Law Center. Awesome.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's called the Next Level Up, beginning with the end in mind. So it's a virtual symposium. Miss Jenkins, can you tell us a little bit about why it's called the beginning with the end in mind? That was kind of an interesting title.
Yes. I'd like to start just explaining what the Professional Football Parents Mothers Association is all about. We call ourselves PFPMA, Professional Football Players Mothers Association. We're a 501c3 national nonprofit. We serve and support a network for mothers of active and retired football players. Our mission is to make an impact in our communities, families around the nation through education, initiatives, and volunteer and charitable giving. And so we're hosting this Next Level Up, beginning with the end in mind, because the goal is to help these families and young athletes build a strong foundation for success in college and beyond, and not just thinking for the moment, but being able to access valuable information and insight into the process that will help them have a successful transition and a successful career.
So basically, when we're talking about a young college student possibly not being able to get into the professional ranks, are you guys having some training and development on how they can be able to transition well from being an athlete into, let's say, the normal world?
Right. So many young athletes and their parents, they may be unsure about what the next level will bring. And so we want to act as a resource for these students and their parents, as there's no better way to prepare for that than hearing and listening from those who have experienced it firsthand. And if we could prepare them with just some insights, just to avoid pitfalls and think long term and be prepared for what's to come, then we will be giving back, and we will be helping the next generation of sports families for the future.
Awesome. Well, Nicole, tell us a little bit about some of, or just a couple of the different classes or sections that you guys will have at the symposium.
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, it's called the Next Level Up. So what we've done is we've divided the program into two levels, which is the collegiate level and also the pro level. Starting off with the collegiate level, because naturally that's where the high schoolers will be coming from. They will have an opportunity to interact with college college athletes as well as college coaches that are currently experiencing what it's like to play at that level. They will also be able to get information as it relates to NCAA requirements. They'll be able to talk to a sports psychologist, and they'll be able to an academic advisor. I mean, just all of the things that kind of, touch base or things that will be important for them to be successful at that level. We have a plethora of topics. We have a robust group of panelists that are going to be sharing with us that day. And we've also decided to divide it into 2 tracks. So the athletes will be able to have one experience, and the parents that have registered will be able to have an experience themselves. And in their track, they will also have a chance to talk to maybe like a team health physician. They'll be able to speak to a mom, and how do you get involved? How do you remain involved in your child's athletic career once they also transition to that level? So that's just a little bit about the collegiate level. And then again, moving on to the pro level. With that, you'll have an experience with professional moms and dads. You'll also be able to meet some of the pro athletes that are currently playing in the NFL, learn about branding and imaging, and also some legal aspects. So we're going to have a wealth of information that will be available for everyone that participates.
Man, that's pretty great. I mean, getting the parents involved, having them to understand some of the dynamics behind the scenes and the business aspects of it as well is very important. So let's go to you, Gwen. Talking about, Malcolm has done a great job being a professional right now. He's transitioned well financially. He's helping a lot of people. You guys help students at the Malcolm Jenkins Foundation as well. You as a mother, what was important to you when you saw your son coming from college and headed into the professional ranks? What was important to you?
Well, as a family, it's a lot of anxiety, uncertainty, but it's also exciting to see your child thrive in anything. And so, but the main thing is that that this is a business, and you hear the horror stories, and that it comes with pressure. And so our concern was that he would be able to focus on the game, which is priority as a professional athlete, but as a young athlete, making sure that he stayed grounded and making sure that he stayed true to what had been important in life, way beyond the game. It's so much more than the game itself. And so what was important is to be informed. As a youngster, he had myself and my husband to make sure that we were informed so that we could be a better support system to him. Made sure that even when he went to college, he was surrounded by great people who made sure that he was being educated and having the things that was important as a human being, as a man, versus just as an athlete. And had some great people surrounding him in that vein. We weren't there, but we were blessed to have him be able to be surrounded by a lot of great mentors. And going into the professional realm, we did our best in what we knew as parents, and researching the process and getting involved and trying to help him make informed decisions about selecting athletes, agent, about financial advisors, and all that comes with that. But, we knew that we had planted the foundation, and at some point, you got to cut it and let him go. But our job is to make sure that he has the foundation in order to make those good decisions, and also just to continue to support him as a person on that journey. And so as mothers of athletes and having an organization such as this collectively, is not just about our individual sons, but the sons of the NFL, and ensuring that all of them have the resources, the support that they need so they can make those good decisions as well. And my concern is, like you see now with the NCAA rule changes and all, and opportunities. Those are great things for our athletes to be able to make money or whatever off of their own likeness and images. However, that comes with a lot of learning, and that comes also with a whole nother issue of understanding, so that you're not taken advantage of, you know, in in this shark infested world we live in, you know. And so it requires that we get educated, that we partner with organizations and entities that will allow us to have resources for families to be able to access for free, so that they can make informed decisions and informed support for their young athletes that are aspiring to the NFL.
Wow. That's great, because I have a son, he's 16. He's not an athlete, he's an actor. So when you talk about the shark infesting that goes on, you have a lot of people, agents and people trying to get at him and be a part of different things. Staying grounded is very important. Nicole, you guys did a very great job with Denzel. And I know he lost his father, right? And you guys are, as a family, have really bonded well and bonded together. Are there any resources that you guys are providing to help families with counseling or anything? When I heard you talk about health as well.
Yeah, so thank you. As far as resources, as you mentioned, or well, maybe I should start with, yes, he did lose his father. I did lose my husband to cardiac arrest, and very unexpected. His father had a chance to see him play, you know, through high school, and had a chance to see him play his first year in college, but that was it. He did not get an opportunity to see him play his remaining years. And so obviously this was, you know, very devastating. Once Denzel made it into the league, what he wanted to do was he wanted to start a foundation, so that it was going to be in honor of his dad, but also a way for us to be able to give back to the community and provide resources, as you mentioned. So the name of the foundation is the Make Them Know Your Name Foundation. It's a heart health foundation, and it focuses on general heart health, but even more specifically on that niche of cardiac arrest. And the reason being is that we have a lot of athletes out here, and just people in general, who do take good care of themselves. They appear to be healthy, such as my late husband, who was into health and fitness. However, he still suffered from cardiac arrest as he was participating in a spin class, and he passed out and unfortunately did not receive the help that he needed in order to survive. But what we do know about cardiac arrest is that it is preventable if you take the correct actions as far as CPR or using an AED. So one of our main focuses is to be able to just share information, provide the knowledge and resources to people on what to do in emergency situations like that. And then also to be able to provide public spaces such as gyms and health and fitness places, and just, you know, areas throughout the communities with AEDs, and also the learning they need in order to be able to respond when faced with those situations. So to answer your questions, specific resources for counseling, no, we do not have that, but we have a wealth of information that's related to heart health and cardiac arrest that is available through our foundation.
Awesome. All right. So you guys have great foundations. And the Malcolm Jenkins Foundation, you guys have just committed to 1,000 bank accounts for young students. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the Malcolm Jenkins Foundation is making a commitment to open 1,000 savings accounts across all four states in which the foundation has a footprint. We launched a campaign in April during Financial Literacy Month with Goal Setter, who is a Black-owned family banking and financial literacy platform that provides education resources to, and not only just setting up the savings account, but coupled with an app that teaches financial education and financial literacy. We start each account with a deposit of $40, and we had a partner, a community partner, that came in and matched with a $10, not match, but added a $10 donation toward the students' accounts. We, this past week, started with a school in Philadelphia, Parkway Northwest High School, and we plan to roll this out across New Jersey, Louisiana, specifically New Orleans, Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Ohio. This, what's important is the statistics around financial literacy and the wealth gap as it pertains to the Black community is just startling. The statistics is by 2053, African Americans are projected to have a negative net worth, with Latinx community only 20 years behind. And,
Alarming.
it is alarming. They say by establishing savings accounts in their names, young people are 6 times more likely to go to college and 4 times more likely to own stock by the age of 25. So understanding those dynamics, the foundation is committed to ensuring that our young people have an opportunity and have some of those barriers removed so that they could, have success in life as well. And we can change those statistics. And so this is how we're kicking that effort off.
Oh man, that's beautiful. I mean, I remember last year I was a part of the graduation program that you guys had in New Orleans, when you guys were able to give over 100 scholarships to young men and ladies going to college. Is that program still continuing as well? Yes,
that is our Project Rewards program in partnership with College Track New Orleans. Each year, students completing the curriculum at College Track have the opportunity to apply for the Malcolm Jenkins Scholarship. So far, we have awarded $150,000 in scholarship to students of that program. And this May, we'll be adding between another 20 and 30 students who will be eligible to receive those scholarship funds again this year. These are one-time scholarships that range from $1,000 to $2,500 to the students. The money goes directly to the students. And these are students who have invested in themselves, in ensuring that they have the resources and taking advantage of the resources that are available to equip them. They've been accepted to a 4-year college or university, and they've made the effort. And so that's our way of helping them continue, on their journey to their academic career.
Awesome. Look, you guys gave away a Microsoft Surface last year. I was wondering how I can participate and get involved.
We're going to be giving another. Hey, we got another one coming. We're going to be doing something else. We've challenged the students to think outside of the box, and as part of the application process, and so we'll be selecting another student to win a top prize this year as well.
Awesome. That's great. All right, Nicole, tell us. Can you tell us some of the names of like the athletes and coaches who may be participating in Next Level Up?
Yes, I can. So with the athletes, and I'm just gonna, because we have so many, I just want to make sure that I'm just reading the list here correctly. But we have Amari McHowen. He's a former Ohio State player who's going to be participating from a college level. And then we also have Jasmine Ellis, who's going to be, I'm sorry, that's compliance officer. So I completely messed that up. We have another athlete that's going to be participating. He's from Central State at the college level as well. With our NFL participants, as you know, we have Malcolm Jenkins, who's going to be our keynote speaker. Denzel is going to be participating on the panel. We have Miles Garrett, who's also going to be there. Maurice Claret will also be involved. So those are, I think, the key.
Nate Sally. Sorry. And Nate Sally.
Nate Sally, yes. Nate Sally is our other keynote speaker who will also be participating as well.
You guys have quite the Ohio contingency there as well.
Yes, Buckeye.
Yes. We are representing. It is hosted by the Midwest region, so we do have a lot of contacts here in the Midwest that we were able to definitely reach out to, and they were very willing to participate.
You know, Maurice Claret has such a compelling story about his life. I'll be very interested, and I have registered for the program, so I'm very interested to see what he's going to talk about. He was such a great athlete. Of course, we know some of the things he went through, but just a compelling person, compelling story, all in all. Mm-hmm. Ladies, if you guys had to say one crucial thing that you guys want to bring to light of, or I guess what would be the goal for you if you had one thing to point out, Gwen, about the Next Level Up program? What do you want to be the takeaway from that?
I want the takeaway, in short, it's about exposure and opportunity. And it's about providing young athletes and their families with exposure to what's next, the vast opportunities that are out there, not just on the field, but within the sport itself, how to prepare better and be ready, because very few of them are going to be on that field. But it's a vast world of opportunities if you're prepared to take advantage of them. And so it's our role to give a peek into what that is, and show them so that they can see themselves being successful at the next level, whether it's on the field or off the field. Our role is just to provide them with that exposure and create those opportunities so that they are successful in the business of sports, and also to showcase the NFL and the world of football in a different light that they may not have thought of or seen before. I mean, just the fact that you may not have known that there was a Professional Football Players Mothers Association as a resource. Yeah. and that's the role that we want to serve. And so the earlier we can do that and start engaging with these families so that they could be a better support to their young athletes, the better. And that is our goal.
Yeah. I wrote after Malcolm released about the new initiatives that he's having with the Venture Capitalists Fund and some of the initiatives with the Malcolm Jenkins Foundation as well. I wrote that he has evolved and he's defining the new business athlete in this world, right? And especially from a minority standpoint, I'm all for it. And Nicole, your son has just had a few years in the National Football League thus far. What are some of the goals he is aspiring to? I know he has the foundation, but from a financial standpoint, what is he goaling himself for?
I believe that his goal is to be wise about the money that he has and to be able to, again, begin with the end in mind, sort of like the title of this program, by making sure that he is investing his money wisely. And so I know growing up, one of the things that his dad and I have always done, we've always invested in real estate. And that's something that we taught the boys all along the way. And so I'm happy to see that now that even though he's in this position, that he realizes that, football is not a career that typically lasts a long time. I mean, if you are able to stay in the league for a while, it's truly a blessing because the numbers show that there are more that are involved, that do make it to the next level, that do not stay in the league for a very long time. So you have to be wise with your money. So he has decided that he's going to utilize his money to continue to invest in real estate and other opportunities that are out there, so that life after his career in football can be just as successful.
Okay. Now let's stay with the real estate portion for a quick sec. I know you are a realtor, correct?
Yes.
So in talking to mothers, fathers who want to support their kids and continue to support their kids, are we talking to the parents as far as how we can help them in their careers as well, in their career development?
Yes, I think it's very important that we talk to the parents and also to the athletes when it comes to career development. And I think that's one of the great things too about the Professional Football Players Mothers Associations, that we are able to support each other in our careers and able to share information and build upon, our strengths and be able to network and things like that. And I think from our learnings from each other and our experiences in our careers, and being able to support our sons and providing them with that information to know, again, that there is life outside of football, and the importance of that, I think it has tremendous value.
Yeah, tremendous value. The one thing I always was stressed at growing up, because my mom taught for 40 years as a educator. My dad was a juvenile probation officer. Great dynamic there. So she was the nurturing one, and he was the disciplinarian, of course. But he also emphasized how important it was to get your education. And in doing so, he went and he obtained his master's in counseling as well. So he showed by demonstrating to me, hey, Kyle, you need to be able to do well in life by educating yourself so you can be able to make wise decisions. Right. And I heard you guys talk about that as well. In wrapping up, Miss Jenkins, what do you expect from the athletes who are now participating and becoming more literate, as far as financially literate? What are you anticipating from those guys in the next few years that we can expect as, onlookers, and saying, wow, look at what Malcolm is doing now, but what else can we expect from the guys that he's been associated with?
Well, I think, it's being demonstrated that the athletes of today are taking control of their own success or failure, even by getting educated, learning, and then collectively understanding how to leverage their platform. And that comes through education. And you see so many of the guys now getting educated, taking advantage of the plethora of resources, even that the league and the NFL organizations like the Trust and the NFLPA has to offer. That's part of even what we do as a parents association, is it just ensuring that those resources are taken advantage of, because it's just this is a big league, a lot of money is involved, but there are a lot of resources, good resources to support the athlete from the time they sign their contract to the time they retire and through retirement. But it's about knowing how to access and leverage all that is available. And we're trying to do that even at the early stage of college. And so I think if the players coming into the league more informed, then I think you'll see that growth and maturity in a different athlete than you see even today in the future.
Awesome. Okay, Nicole, how can anyone from the outside participate in the symposium?
They can participate by logging on to the website, which is www.sulc. So that's for Southern University Law Center, sulc.edu/next level. So if they log onto the website, it'll take them directly to the registration page, and they can register from there.
Awesome. And any closing remarks, Nicole?
No, I just think it's going to be a very exciting event. Again, we're going to have a wealth of information. You know, one of the things I know just as a mom of an athlete, you kind of feel like you're going into this when you play at the next level, that you're going into this blindly. It's sort of like, you know, when you have a child or you become a parent, there's no manual, there's no written book that's going to give you the rules and guidelines as to how you navigate this successfully, right? So the thing is that it's very exciting, but you have that anxiety about what's going to happen next. So here's an opportunity to get all the information that you need directly from the source. We are going to have so many different panelists, so much information to answer those questions. The participants are going to be able to be interactive and ask questions as well, type in questions as well, and our panelists will try their best to address those as they go along throughout the program. So again, there's no reason for you to go to the next level blindly when you have someone that's already experienced it, and we are here to help you lead the way.
Awesome. And how can we find out more about the foundation that your son has established?
Oh, thank you for asking. So for more information about the Make Them Know Your Name Foundation, just go to www.mtkyn.org. MTKYN are the initials for Make Them Know Your Name.
Make them know your name. All right. I like that. I love it. And Ms. Jenkins, any closing remarks of your own?
I thank you for having us today and giving us the opportunity to share information about the Professional Football Players Mothers Association, you know, and all we have to offer. We are here as a resource to any family with questions. You can reach us at info@pfpma.org. That's our email address, or you can go to the website to learn more about who we are and what we're about at pfpma.org. And if you're interested in the Malcolm Jenkins Foundation, we're at the malcolmjenkinsfoundation.org, or for short even, tmjf.org. Thank you so much for having us.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. You ladies have been great. You know, Malcolm was my very first Saints player I ever interviewed.
Oh, wow.
Very first, you know, so thank him so much for that. I try to relay that to those guys every time I get a chance to be connected in one way, shape, or form with him. But ladies, you guys have a great symposium on tomorrow. I will be in attendance as well, and I will put out the word this afternoon about what you guys are doing, and hopefully you guys will be pleased what we can do to help promote what you guys are doing, because I think it's a beautiful thing. And I think it's very important, and I think it's very relevant at this day in our country. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hold on one second.